Hello and welcome to BitBoy Crypto. I am your host, BitBoy. We make videos here every single day. Become a part of the Bit Squad. Hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell for notifications. First of all, remember also, I'm not a financial advisor and this is all just my personal opinion. Now, we're also giving away $500 in Bitcoin. You want to be part of it, so make sure you're a subscriber to our channel. Also, like and comment on this video for a chance to win. Get the full description of the contest down below. Okay, guys, so looking at the markets, Bitcoin right now is hovering around 7,000. We're at this point where I need to just refresh it to double check. Yeah, we are over 7,000. It did briefly dip below. 7,000 is showing to be a pretty strong support level right now. And if it drops, down to 6,800 or so, I would be pretty concerned that we would be going back down. But as of this point right now, I think we really just are on a pullback from the bullish action we had over the last couple of weeks. And I do think that this is not going to last, in my personal opinion. But the markets, of course, are not reflecting that sentiment. The market cap right now is at $254 billion, and Bitcoin dominance has actually fallen a little bit to 47.6%. So winners of the day, Empower Coin, that's a new one, don't know much about that one. Dentacoin, Metaverse Kin, nothing really big gainers today except for Empower Coin. If we go to the biggest losers of the day, VeChain, their chart just kind of looks like a wave. IOTA came back to earth after yesterday. It had a pretty good day. Walton Chain, Elastos, and then a lot kind of in between that 3 and 8% range. Okay, guys, so let's look at the news. I found this article on Forbes talking about the Bitcoin price in 2020, and they gave a very bullish and a very bearish forecast. And here it is. For bearish, they say about $56,000, which honestly, I would probably be a little disappointed if it's not a little above that, at least in the six-figure range. But they're saying this is bullish. So you know what? We got to take what we can get. I'll certainly take a $56,000 Bitcoin. But they also say that the bearish forecast is $2,300. If Bitcoin is at $2,300 in a couple of years, I think we're going to have a lot of disappointed people and a lot of people shaken out of their positions. Okay, so here is the big news of the last 24 hours. Well, we also have the stock exchange news, which continues to develop, which we'll look at here in just a second. But they now have confirmed that Coinbase Custody is exploring Ripple's XRP, EOS, Neo, and Stellar, among other cryptocurrencies. So here is the list. As you can see here, I'll zoom up on it just a little bit. It includes Cardano, Stellar, XRP, EOS, Monero, VeChain, Tezos. So many in here. It also has a few that honestly I was a little surprised at. Trust Token, Basis, I don't even know what that is. Polkadot, Blockstack, never heard of it. Filecoin, I have heard of Filecoin. But a lot of these, I've never even heard of. But what is this? So basically custody, Coinbase Custody is going to be a way that basically people are going to be able to store large amounts of cryptocurrency on Coinbase, and it's going to be more for the institutional investor, not your retail investor. But this is big news for each one of these cryptocurrencies, and it'll be interesting to see as they go on, how the price will be affected. It's pretty obvious to see at this point that Coinbase is really pushing forward and trying to go to the next level. They've had a lot of action in the last couple of months with things that they're doing. But if you're a big fan of crypto and it's not on this list, don't worry about it, because chances are it's an ERC20. And guess what? They have also said that other ERC20s will be available too on this platform for the Coinbase Custody. So I was thinking when I first looked at it, I was like, where's 0x? It doesn't make any sense. But this is just necessarily this is for coins. And then your ones that are actually tokens will be added later or have some kind of different process to how they're added. Kind of think of it like my Ether wallet. It's an Ethereum-based wallet, but it doesn't really matter. You can add a bunch of tokens to it and things like that. Probably this Coinbase Custody will work in a similar way. But very bullish on Coinbase. I think it is, as I mentioned several times, what we need in terms of to get to the next level with the mainstream, and not necessarily adoption, but just to get the average retail investor who's not investing in cryptocurrency a doorway to do that. So this is from ACChain. I thought this was pretty interesting. So ACChain was a cryptocurrency that was in Shenzhen. I believe that's in China. And basically, this is their exit scam. Supposedly, their Telegram is still going, or their Discord, one or the other. Developers are still working on this project. However, it seems like they have exit scammed out of the project. There's been no communication on the GitHub for this project, and you just have to always be careful when you're investing in some of these lower cap coins because you never really know. Supposedly, when all of the computers or when all the people disappeared, later on, some people saw mafia-type looking men coming in and unloading all the computers that were in there and things like that. So probably part of a bigger scam or a bigger crime syndicate. But you just got to be careful. Just remember, guys, I got fished a couple weeks ago. We all know about that. There's also exit scams and pump and dumps and all kinds of that. You just got to be careful with what you're investing in. So big news from Mt. Gox. Gox creditors agreed to $1.3 billion repayment in Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin no altcoins by summer 2019. And this supposedly is supposed to stop one of the trustees of Mt. Gox from dumping a bunch of Bitcoin onto the market, which we've seen several different times. Now, will this actually happen? Will people actually receive payments for money they lost in Mt. Gox? The interesting thing will be if you can even remember your account or your login. I don't know how they will find out who it is they owe this money to, but I honestly wouldn't hold my breath about it. But the other thing to remember that I've also read, by the way, is that when they're repaying this, they're not going to be repaying it in today's prices in Bitcoin. So, like, let's say you owned an entire Bitcoin, but let's say around that time it was $250. You're going to get $250 worth of Bitcoin. You're not going to get all of the money that has gained. So, yeah, if you had 200 Bitcoins on there and it was worth several $1,000s, that's good. You'll be getting that money back. But don't think if you had one Bitcoin on there that now all of a sudden you're going to have an entire Bitcoin, even if they do pay back. So CZ from Binance came out and said that he doesn't want to compete with Coinbase or Gemini. And basically what he was saying in this comment that I thought was very interesting is that basically the crypto market needs each one of these players in the game to push the adoption forward. And so each one of them has a role in this, and there's no reason for them to really be trying to climb on top of each other to grab the flag, if you will. Well, I think that's really easy for CZ from Binance to say, considering they are the world's biggest exchange. And, sometimes, like they say, lions don't lose sleep over sheep. There's really no one who is in Binance's atmosphere right now, to be honest with you. They're so far ahead of the curve on everything that is going on in the crypto space that they may not see these other people as competitors, but these other people sure do look at them as competitors. Pretty sure about that. So UPbit, South Korea's exchange, triumphed over allegations, audit report in favor. So if you do remember, the local authorities began raiding the exchange on May 11, 2018, suspecting inflated volume and mishandling of balance sheet on the grounds of accusations. The KFIU and South Korean Watchdog Financial Services Commission gathered hard disk data and accounting details. This was basically a big raid that happened when there were a lot of accusations thrown UPbit's way, but it actually turned out that their audit turned out good, and we first reported on this a couple months ago when this was kind of starting to come out that they hadn't done anything wrong, and now they've had the audit to go along with it, and it does look like it was just a bunch of confusion. There were accusations that they were mishandling different funds and cryptocurrencies, but it basically came from a misunderstanding of the authorities knowing how cryptocurrency works. So that was good news from the exchange. Of course, it caused a lot of FUD when it happened, but we certainly didn't get a pump from it today. So Bitcoin could be first worldwide currency, says the owner of the New York Stock Exchange. We talked about yesterday how the New York Stock Exchange, its parent company ICE, is going to be coming out with a super crypto platform where you're going to be able to buy, sell, and spend crypto, and I assume trade as well. But there was one part of this that I missed, which is where ICE founder, chairman, and CEO Jeffrey Sprecher said Bitcoin would greatly simplify the movement of global money. It has the potential to be the first worldwide currency. You heard it here first. I've been telling you guys that for months now. Bitcoin is going to be the worldwide currency. I have no doubt about it. It's coming. It's going to happen. It's only a matter of time. So make sure that you are doing your due diligence, doing your own research, trying to figure out how you are going to get up enough Bitcoin so that when we do have this revolution, that you will be able to benefit from it. Now, we're going to be talking about this a little bit more on an interview I've actually already recorded with Andre from 1 Minute Economics. He is a He's an economist, and he wrote a new book. We're going to be giving you guys that interview on Monday. So watch out for that. We talk about a lot of interesting stuff around Bitcoin and the current world stage, where it fits in and things like that. So make sure to give that one a watch, because I think you'll get a lot out of it. So everybody, thanks for watching so much. Sorry we didn't do the live stream tonight. I'm going to quit doing the live streams on Saturday nights because, you know, everybody's out at the club. You know what I mean? So everybody's out at the club, nobody's at home except for me living that dad life, recording these videos and recording these live streams. So unfortunately, we're going to have to move that day. What I'm thinking about doing is keeping our Wednesday night live stream that's been going very well, and then adding in a weekly live stream with someone else. We've got a huge collaboration coming up next Friday night at 5 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be me, it's going to be Crypto Beatles, it's going to be Crypto Love, it's going to be Crypto Disruption. And I know what you're thinking. Well, those guys are all really huge. How did you get in that group? Total stroke of luck. Don't even ask me how we did it. But hopefully we're going to get up with the big boys before long. So everybody, thanks for watching. Until next time, BitBoy out.